Whoa. Hmm? Yeah. Let's dive into today's live stream. We are just talking about DeFi. I'm going to go over GolfN, the flash crash. It's going to be a short one, like 20 minutes. And if you don't ask all your questions or get them all answered, then I'll be back tomorrow. So easy peasy. Let's dive in. So we'll also have a checkout of anything worth potentially DLMMing. And we'll have a look at Sonic over there as well. So the markets are going down, with the exception of Cato, which is doing very, very well. I don't hold much Cato because I was trying to provide liquidity, and then impermanent loss has just taken it from me because I didn't think it would pump up so hard. The better thing here was to hold some. I did hold some, but it was providing liquidity, and that's just part of DeFi. Anyway, Bitcoin has come on down. ETH is coming down. Solana still trying to hold this level, which is already like being probably the most vicious sell-off, down 50% so quickly. And so yeah, that's the state of the market. But this is all essentially relating to the tariff war. 25% tariffs on the EU, and the S&P 500 erased $500 billion of market cap. Meanwhile, Bitcoin just broke below 84,000 for the first time since November 11th. I mean, I don't think people would have been able to really think that this was going to be the path so aggressive. I guess Trump in his first presidency wasn't so aggressive, just money printed, didn't actually help really, but just whatever. He money printed. Now I guess he's trying to work out like, how do I actually protect the US citizens, keep jobs here, get people to move here, make US the hot place. And the short-term side effects of this idea may not work. Markets are not loving it. I mean, that's okay. So Donald Trump says he's decided to slap 25% tariffs on imports from the EU. And yeah, it's pretty sizable. On top of that, they've also got Mexico and Canada, but like they will come out victorious. In the meantime, this is what happens with our markets. Now, let me give you a little bit of information on Meteor. Let's see if there's any opportunities out there. We'll dive into a few other things. So firstly, if you have a token that you want to sell, but you don't want to just go and swap it, and this is only a very small amount as an example, you can provide liquidity for people to buy into. That way, yes, you're selling your tokens, but you're actually doing the protocol a favor by having deeper liquidity. And you can set a range of whatever you want. So like this hasn't even started to sell into this bid. D bridges, I always use it, and I always say very, very high things of it, but it's a token that has not done well because they don't really need the token. There's many tokens like that. It's an unfortunate thing. It's kind of like right now, Jupe has a buyback program, so you've got buy pressure. Why would you hold other things other than like Jupe, Sol, BTC? Like, it really has to outperform. Cato maybe do really, really well, and there will be others that do well, but I'm just referring to the fact that I'm not trying to have a go at D-Bridge, just rather, if you want to, you can provide liquidity. If it's not, or you can just swap it if you want to maximize those profits straight away. But this way, you earn some fees along the way, and you just monitor the price. I also want to cover Metropolis, which is on Sonic. But first, we'll have a quick look and see if there's any DLMMing opportunities available on GMGN or on Meteor. So I'm just having a look at things that have a sizable amount of volume. This one here is 93 days. It's not a whole lot, and there is quite a bit of liquidity. We can see how much the token's pumping each time, potentially. I mean, this just looks like it's falling down, it's falling down, it's falling down. So sometimes it comes back up again. Like, what is this movement from here? From here to here, it's like 4% now. So this is not worthwhile for me. And if we kind of zoom out and try and work out what is, oh, I mean, it is in a bit of a range if we go back for quite some time, all the way, but it's a little bit too risky. I mean, right now it's in a down trend, so I would stay away from this one. Let's see what else we have. Remember, you can ask any questions you have. Collate, $19 million worth of market cap, almost $1 million in liquidity. So this has been performing very well. This is on the 4 hour, so I'll go back to the 1 minute because we probably want to get in and out right now. Whatever this movement is, that was sizable. When the MACD goes above and really goes above, it starts to generally pick up steam and fly. That was good. This little small one was fine. Here, this could be a worthwhile thing to do in the similar style that we did yesterday, or we could zoom out and then try and work out like where is the range on this. And I guess the range is, I don't even know what the token is, so I'd probably need to look it up first. I wouldn't really want to enter right now, but it is in a bit of, it's in a kind of good trend, but it's just kind of coming down a little bit, so we'd have to give it a little bit more time. So I'd still stay away from this unless you wanted to go into it a little later. We have a Lex here, who Lex is from Goose, and Lex would happily do, he's a very good dealer member, far better than I am. And I'll definitely happily do a live stream with you. So if you want to jump on sometime next week, or if you want to let me know if you're dealer memming anything right now, I could look into Discord and see if there's anything that's catching your mind. But right now, it's kind of a little bit boring. This pumped massively during the day. I don't know why. We could certainly find out, but like it just had a fantastic move up very, very recently. So well done to them. But it was a lot higher, so maybe they've launched something. Yeah. So looking at all these things right now, I'm not seeing anything that's super, super worthwhile, to be perfectly honest. This one here, Yeezy. This is like a fake token that I guess we were dealing with yesterday, and we're just basing on the MACD. Oh, that's on the 1 hour. We'll go back to the 1 minute. It was responding pretty well yesterday, and other than the fact that it's come up, where's our, okay, we'd need to put in a new range right now. It's certainly holding higher, but these sort of things I wouldn't like to stay in for too long. So I guess looking at everything here, there's nothing that I would want to jump into today. Let's have a look at Metropolis, because with Metropolis, this is on Sonic, and this is also a dealer mem. I will not rate it anywhere near Meteora, and I haven't even used it yet. But I thought maybe we could go and have a bit of play. If my wallet is unlocked, it's not. One moment, please. So specifically, just so we can start to play over there. Did a video on Sonic. I'm not sure if it's out yet, but basically, it's incentivizing DeFi. It's incentivizing use over on its blockchain, which is really, really cool. And I think that will cause it to do pretty well, at least in the short term. And if it doesn't happen in the long term, well, we'll have to wait and see. But having a look at the pools here, Metropolis, which is an audited program, and it's a fork of Trader Joe. There's still always smart contract risk and whatnot. By the way, thanks for anyone that's tuning in, watching, and learning, and not just degenning on a new meme coin. Web3 Women Commune. Appreciate you tuning in. And Clint, Justice, Alec dropped new update. Perfect. All right, so let's go and see if we can play along on this wonderful world of Metropolis. Now, I'm not going to necessarily try and print some gains because unfortunately they don't have Sonic on GMGN, and we can go and have a look at Sonic DEX, and we can have a look at new tokens that are coming out, and we could maybe play, but I'd want to play off stream first to get kind of used to how things happen over here. One thing you can do when you look at DEX Screener, though, you can go set up the right filters that you think worthwhile. You can have a look and see what's happening like on the 1 hour or on the 24 hours to see if there's anything kind of jumping up. This here on the 1 hour is let's have a look at the market cap, or even like on the 1 minute. It's kind of, this is potentially a bit of a fun thing, but it's on Spooky Swap. So this, I don't think we'll be able to DLMM this one because you can't DLMM everything. So you come here, and if we search pools for Yoko, okay, there is Yoko. Such a lack of liquidity, and I'm not familiar enough to know, is this actually getting much like volume? This is like $32 worth of volume. So we'll start with something just kind of basic. The good thing is always to start with something very, very basic. And all I have in my wallet at present, I can go and swap some into USDCE, but all I have right now is S. So this is where the bin is. This is where the price is right now. I guess we're currently about 70 cents. And we'll probably see that here somewhere because Sonic's been doing really, really well. So yeah, 70 cents. And let's have a look at an advanced strategy. It's probably going to lose ground right now. So maybe this is the right time. Like I can go and set a bid-ask system, right? I can go and set a bid-ask system with like, let's go like 50 of my S tokens. Don't know why it goes like that. Enter an amount. Why is that not going through for me? One reason why I wanted to do this live was to see how intuitive it was as well and thus far, I'm surprised that I can't just enter an amount. 50 tokens, 100 tokens. Take my money. I want to sell this at a higher price. What happens if I go like this? Please note the transaction may exceed the gas limit. Okay, so maybe the price was too low. 100, okay. Now we're in a pool where we don't know, I don't know how many, like I can't have this massive range I would like to have. So I can go to a maximum of 100 bins, which takes me up to 89 cents. Whereas on Meteor, you can have different bin sizes. And this is starting from 73 cents. So we'll start a little bit lower. We'll bring it down, provide liquidity, confirm, 92. I want to see 9 cents as a transaction fee. So a little bit expensive. Now, the price would have to pump up, and then I want to see how it all kind of goes on. But what we can do is we can head across, we can go to Shadow, we can go swap and grab a little bit of USDCE. And USDCE, and see what we can do just in a bit of a tight curve range, just out of curiosity, to see how much can we actually get in terms of like fees, just in a tight range. I'll be curious to know. All right. And we'll come back to this at the very end of the video. So back to Metropolis. We've got this liquidity position here. Doing its thing, it's not going to earn fees until the price pumps, but the price will pump. And as I want to make sure that I'm not getting anything wrong, I'm in the deal limit setting here. This S and USDCE, which is cool, very cool. But we don't have a bin size. We've got a bin price. Maybe I can just type USDC here and see if there is anything else with S. And some of these things, they get like a whole lot of incentives. So I would need to do a little bit more research. But when I'm seeing something like this, my understanding is you're being incentivized to do this. So you go and you learn, and you have fun. And then maybe you get a decent airdrop. It's not going to be anything crazy like, you know, Jupe was a couple of years ago, or Jito or whatnot, but it could still be a bit of fun. Cool. I've got one comment here. Person from Bangladesh, the middle class, wants to help his family. Can you suggest some ways? Like my biggest bit of advice, unfortunately, it's not financial advice, is to outperform the person next to you. So to work 10 times harder than the other person, and you can't put in 10 times more hours, so you have to become 10 times brighter. So you have to do that. You have to learn. Don't watch Netflix. You have your family time. You work hard, and you have to take smaller risks. That part, not financial wise, but you have to put in. You have to watch as much content, learn as much stuff, really understand it. Try and understand to the point where you can explain it to a 12-year-old kid, and then you understand. Okay, I actually grasp these concepts. All right, let's go have a look at a different strategy with this for a little bit of fun. I'm going to go curve, so I'm going to concentrate all in this tiny little area here with everything that I had. Max this one, and I'll go put in 30 of these tokens. No, I'll put in more. 38, which is still not a whole lot. It's like just $52 thereabouts. But I'm just curious. I'm curious to see. Actually, I still want to go. I want to go tighter. I'm pleased they have this tech over here. And no shade, because you know this stuff takes a long time, I guess, to build. But I am amazed at how epic Meteor is when I see this sort of stuff. Honestly, it's just so. It's, you know, you could have a dev team on this for a year, and you're just not going to catch up in that time, I don't think. Okay, so we're playing in this little range here. It shows me my liquidity. My two liquidity things. So I'm hoping if I withdraw, I can. It looks as though I have two positions now put into one, and if I withdraw, I cannot withdraw them on. I cannot withdraw both positions separately by the looks of things. I could do it like that, but that kind of hurts me. So quite a few improvements are needed for this, but still go and play. I think it'll be worthwhile. Yoko, we could maybe play with this token here on the 1 minute chart just to see how it's kind of playing along, see if it has a bit of fun. We can maybe check out the MACD, throw on the RSI, because this has a little bit of volume. 1 hour volume is 38,000. Okay, so that's not actually sizable. 6 hours. Okay, I made a mistake. So Sonic still has a long way to go to continue to attract a whole lot of attention. So what I'm probably needing to do is filter by the amount of volume in like 1 hour. So probably, you know, I'd like 100,000 to see if there's any kind of hype on anything that's then doing well. This is kind of just going down. Eggs. I don't know what eggs is, but I think it's their kind of meme coin that they have over here. Let's go flip the MACD on this one. We can't deal, maybe we can deal a limit, but it's not going to be as cool. But we'll have a look, MACD, and we'll put in some RSI out of curiosity, and we'll just have a look. Okay, so it's going up 4%, so it's probably, and it's in a large downtrend. So there's still a whole lot of fun that needs to come to Sonic for it to be like really fun. But let's go have a look at Shadow, shadow.so. Cool. So let's have a look at this dApp and have a little bit of fun until I get some more questions. I'm starting to get some questions in a moment. So now Shadow here, I wouldn't necessarily go and buy the token because it's got a little bit of sell pressure for sure. And they've got a whole lot to actually prove, right? The token went up to like $200. and then it came down to like 100, and it did start very, very recently at like under $7. So it was very, very affordable. Like this was brilliant, but then you come here. I mean, that's down worse than Sol, which is, given the smaller market cap, is completely understandable. But what you can do here is you can go and provide some liquidity just to get used to it, just to get fun, going with something with an epoch reward, and you get rewarded on Thursday. So I don't know what we're going to get rewarded with now, because I don't have a whole lot of time in the pool before it goes. But we'll have a look at just jumping into S and USDCE. And you'll notice that if we go for a wide range, it's still printing pretty well. And if we go really, really aggressive, this is more like a kind of DLMM structure, in a sense that it's very, very tight. But it doesn't work very well unless you're just watching the screen and you're happy to accumulate in either direction and redeploy, or keep it there. So that's still possible. This APR, you can't really look at it like that. We could add something for a little bit as a bit of a test. Better that I lose my money as opposed to you losing yours. Let's go take like 50. 50, swap into USD CE. Try this again, confirm swap. This is showing me there's a price impact of 2.16%. So maybe Sonic's price is kind of dipping a little bit. I don't really know why I'm going to get so much price slippage, price impact. It's very, very wild. Can try one more time, and we'll give it a refresh. If you're looking at this and you think, this is not very fun, what are you doing? This is called being properly early. Like blockchain in general is very, very early. But this is another early blockchain. Once again, like, I'm the general manager of Validator.com. Stake your soul with us. Like Solana is where most of my attention is. But I'm very keen to learn other ecosystems and just uplift the understanding. But this is clearly not a very fun UI right now. Okay, cool. We'll get it through. Confirm. We won't go over all of this today. Transaction error. Okay. I mean, I could go and change my settings, maybe increase slippage or something like that. But I just don't feel like I should really have to do so. And I can't even see where I would do that necessarily. Up here. Swap. Auto slippage. 1%. Shouldn't need that, but try it. And if it doesn't go through, okay, it went through. So whatever's happening, there's some sort of on-chain arbitrage. Let's go back to liquidity, sorry, in here. And we will jump in here with a very small amount, like just to see if we can print some fees in this one pool. Deposit it away, confirm, and confirm. Now remember, every time you're doing this, you're actually getting on-chain points, and these on-chain points will result in a Sonic airdrop in the future, June, and then more coming to you investing. I know people are starting to put some questions through now, so I'm going to go and take all those questions, but I just wanted to finish by showing you this. And I would like to put in another position here, but I like to put in a different position in a different range. And it also looks like I can't have multiple positions. I have to go into the same exact position. So it looks as though we would require a different wallet address. If you're new to EVMs, to get a new wallet address, you can just go add account. This will derive it from the same seed. So we call this like shadow number 3 or shadow wide positions. Only you can see this. Sorry, wide positions. And you can go move some Sonic in here, and then you can try a different position, because it looks as though right now we're not getting the option to go and add a different set of parameters. I'll just check again. If I go back to my wallet 1, because maybe I made a mistake there. Deposit. All right, cool. It looks like we are okay. My apologies. All right, wide. We'll go with 11. It's going to take 13 deposit. And this is a far wider thing, something that you don't, set it. You don't have to set and forget it. Cool. We've got 2 positions there. Awesome. All right, let's have a look at some of these questions before I want to cover GolfN, just as an update. Ultimately, I would like to do very well this cycle and continue to make content and educating throughout the bear and future things, but less of like just hustling. And I want to learn golf. I reckon it'd be really, really cool. All right, so I'm new to DeFi. I'm wondering if you can explain or demo a borrowing lending loop that results in high yield. I can have a look at that, but it doesn't really exist. Aave? So if you're in the EVM world, and I believe Aave will be deploying on Sonic in the future, I'll show you what, let's just go move it to a network that maybe, I don't even know if they're on base. Are they on base? They're on, oh, they are. So if you want to go ahead and loop something and get high yield, you can't really do it because there's so much money in the ecosystem these days that it will arbitrage it out, meaning people come in and they'll deploy and they'll do well. So we could go here and I could go and supply some ETH. If I was bullish on ETH, right now the price is kind of low. So I can go and put in $100 here. I'm on the wrong network. Supply ETH. This is a tiny APY, right? Solana gives you a lot more. And it changes. Now at this point, if I want to, I can go and borrow USDC against it, swap it for ETH, and deposit it back in. And as long as I have a bit of difference, and I don't think I'm going to be liquidated, then if ETH continues to appreciate, which is my expectation, just my opinion, then as it goes up and out, we could then sell some of the ETH to repay that USDC. So we could do it like this. We go and borrow, okay, I want to borrow max, right? This is a very bad health factor. But we're going to go and swap it for ETH. So now we've borrowed this. Cool, we've got $73 worth. I could then go to, maybe I ought to do it in the app actually. Is there a swap mechanism in this? There is a fee involved with this, but this could be okay. It's too confusing. I want ETH on base. Is this ETH on base? Probably. We could go here, but if you're trying to get max yield, then you just go direct to Uniswap or Aerodrome or something, and you come here, and you'd go and take your USDC on base. You can see the base icon here, and you're going to swap it $72 worth for this. You'd have to do this fast because we're at the pretty close to being liquidated. Confirm, go get our ETH, $72 worth, come back to Aave, and we can go and supply, well, how much is $72 worth? $72 worth. Is 0.03. I'm almost out of battery on my keyboard. Be right back. My apologies. Be right back. All right, let's take 2. I'll show you this. All right, cool. All right, so we're going to put in our 0.03, supply this ETH here, and then we could borrow against it again. That's a looping system. There's some things that automate it, like on Camino, on Solana, and there'll be other products out there as well. But like, I honestly legitimately think if you're practicing DLMMing or farming, collecting rewards, that's your only high yield opportunity to get into something that's kind of hyped and printing quite well. If you think the value at like Sol right now is pretty low, it's going to have some resistance going up because people are going to aggressively take profit because they've just been frightened. But then we'll all forget about this, and like we did in the previous few years, and it'll continue to go. So you could do the same thing here. You could supply into the main market, borrow against it, buy more Sol, put it in, and loop like that. But I still like to have it so that my ratio, which I can show you, is far healthier. So like, as an example, if we come in here and like, keep in mind, like when there's like very good DLMMers like Lex and whatnot, if you get good at DeFi, as you start to grow your bags, you might do that with some of the portion. But with like your bags where you just locked in and just DLMMing or liquidity providing, like actively, not passively, then you're going to outperform. You'll make 100% a week sometimes or more. So we've got that. Cool. We go and borrow. Great. I can borrow $130. Fantastic. Go and borrow $130. Approve away. Head across to Dupe. Take my $130. Swap it for Salami. Approve back at 0.96. And then come back into the land market, and I'm looping the strategy here by supplying 0.96. Deposit. Oh, before I do that, actually, can you just see this here? My liquidation price is very low. It's a bit dangerous. It's $115. But once this goes in and it resets, it's 70. And I'm like, oh, whew. So that's how you can loop if you want to loop. All right, I've been going longer than I expected. So I'm going to take up some of these questions, go over GolfN, let you know about the dupe vote, and then we'll kind of end there. What's good? DeFi is always good, my bro. Reminds me of Monad testnet. You're referring to Sonic, like just maybe the bugs or things not working perfectly. Maybe, but it's a fun, like make crypto fun again by actually using the blockchain, right? That's the first goal. You can just leverage on sexes and whatnot and get your stop losses hunted for if you want. Or you can just go and have some fun on blockchain, learn some stuff. BTC is ripping to the upside micro. Well, it may be, but like what in the very, very short term, I don't know what you mean here. How do you earn from a gradient Sentry node? Check out their Discord, be part of their community. You put it in on your browser. It's like you're not going to earn a whole lot of money like this, but it's just there will be an airdrop. Your IP address takes data and pings other nodes. It takes that. It doesn't take data. It pings other nodes to see how far away something is. It's referring to something like an Internet of Things, like where you can have mini servers all around the world as opposed to big servers in just the big cities, and that's how you do it. I have not started a private group yet. I'm still working on it. Basically, I try to be very, very transparent with these videos, and I will be so more. But sometimes I have like actual viewpoints that I don't want to just say publicly, and that's when I'd probably want to put it in the private group. So I'll make sure it's made known when I do it. Hey, thanks for watching. Cool. All right. Let's go over now just GolfN, just as a real world use case, and we'll end off with dupe. So GolfN, let me find their Twitter. Got a little bit of something making a bit of noise here. Apologies. GolfN is an app that I've covered before, and I dig it, even though I can't play golf, but I want to play golf. Because we've just been flushed out of all this silly meme coin nonsense, and there will still be meme coins coming along, right? And some of them will do really, really well, but ultimately, it's not been it's been a very extractive quality, and crypto is supposed to be about whatever, making gains for the most part, right? But also having cool products, and this is a pretty cool product. So, with that in mind. I'm just going to show you this because I've done a video on it before, and I want to just keep people updated. You don't have to buy anything. I just want to show you something. And there's no sponsorship or affiliation. I just like it. So they have like this clubhouse. Oh, I've got some XP here. You come and log in, and they've got an events calendar which doesn't have any events on it. But I like how this is more than what NFT bros promised in the previous cycle. Just literally that. And you know, you've got all your links here. They're just kind of building and building and building. If you want to, you can go grab one of these for like a small amount. If you missed out on it before, bonk, and you can take this to portal.golfn and you go and stake this, and you start to earn these points. These points will, you know, translate to a GolfN token in the future. You can also go and buy the sets, and I've done a video on this, and you can stake these sets, and it gives you a whole, it gives you points, more points, of course, which will translate to the GolfN token in the future. Is the speculation, right? Is the kind of thing they're not allowed to say generally, but it is what happens. And what this is, by the way, I didn't even cover that. Sorry, is this is it's like a device. It's an app, but you get. It's like they have all these golf apps out there, and you can measure how far you are from the fairway or the green or whatever, and what, you know, do you use like an iron here or wood, or what do you, I don't know, golf. You use particular golf clubs at different times, right? And I don't know if they've got anything kind of showing the app right now. Here we are. But basically, the idea is you can lend out clubs, and you can buy balls, and you actually go play golf. It's kind of like Steppen, where you're getting rewarded to do this sort of stuff. Only it's more sustainable because they can use this. They can use their brand to buy wholesale clubs and whatnot and sell it to the community, which I think is very, very, very cool. It seems like it works really well, and it's launching soon. So when things are boring, this is when you want to play. They have a pro shop. You can go buy some stuff, buy some bonk gear. I would love to buy some bonk gear, to be perfectly honest. And they also you also may have seen on the website, wherever I left it. Where did it go? Is they do have an enter a chance to win $25,000 luxury golf giveaway. So at the very least, go check it out. Go check out Northern Ireland. You see a lot more ginger people. It'd be fantastic. Sam Johnson. So that's what I want to cover on GolfN. Just putting it on your radar because I dig it. And I just want to highlight this. Lost 7K on a crypto game when I opened ticket on a game. Never go online when you're half asleep. Scams. Okay. Well, I thought this was referring to like you did not like a game. But yes, very good point. Don't do things when you're tired. One of my friends in Australia who's very good with OPSEC, which is operational security, he sent me this link saying, oh my God, this is freaking sick. I'm going to degen in. And I was just like, it's fake. He's like, what? Like, and he wouldn't fall for these sort of things, but he was so tired. Don't do these sort of things when you're tired. Always use different wallet addresses. Keep you safe. Okay, let's end with some dupe stuff. So there's a new vote on right now. You can check it out at DupeDAO's Twitter, or probably just Dupe's Twitter. And it's a change in logo. So it's a fun one. It's just I don't know, get people back into the atmosphere, I guess. The proposal is, it's been 3 months since we had to vote. And should we go and change our logo? So you come to dupe.ag, click on more, governance, and this will open vote.dupe.ag. Connect your wallet. This is a tutorial wallet, so there's not a lot of dupe in here. 200 duperoos. You come here, you click on this, and click on View Full Proposal, and it'll show you the two. Well, you know what? You have to scroll down in order to see it. Do you want to vote yes to a new cat-themed logo? I do not personally. I like cats a lot. I just don't think this is good brand awareness. Or vote no to retain this, because I don't like. I would vote yes to this for it to be used for like a month, just for a bit of fun, but I wouldn't do it forever. So you can go and decide your stuff. No, sorry, no. I do not want to. Maintain the existing, vote away, and remember you do this and you get active staking rewards. Dupe has been kind of held down by, I don't know, uncertainty, not the most perfect tokenomics, whatnot, but very, 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 very transparent. Actually, I will say one more thing. I'm still trying to keep this a short thing, but Wazzy Lawyer is in charge of the audit. Wazzy Lawyer, here he is. Here they are, whoever they are. And this is what the request was. We'll bookmark this for tomorrow's news. It was requested to do a complete on-chain, off-chain, personal finance, everything audit, which he's overseeing. They are overseeing. I don't know who they are, but they'll be using an auditing company. So for whatever reason, there's been like FUD factors at Dupe, and I'm starting to think that Dupe's going to start to do very, very well. I don't even know what it's doing right now, but it's gonna perform. It's gonna perform pretty damn well, in my opinion. Like, I mean, it's already up 6%, and it's a large market cap, and this is from yesterday. You can't really DLMM. You can DLMM this. It just doesn't earn a whole lot of fees because there's already a lot of liquidity. But I guess my TLDR is a lot more transparency coming. Anything that is found out will be just revealed, and I think that everything will move forward pretty nicely. So I think that's just worth keeping in mind. Don't fade Dupe. You don't have to buy it, but just don't fade it. Use it. Check it out. We still feel good picking up some JLP to sock away. This will be my last thing before I end this stream. But JLP is essentially up only. Now, it hasn't been up only recently because everything's been down, but because it's a basket of different tokens, and I've covered this in a few videos, it doesn't dip as hard as things. So if we go and have a look at JLP here and look on the daily chart, we'll see whatever moved down. I don't know why there's these crazy wicks. Like, no one's selling for that. That's just strange. And no one's buying for that either. I guess one person is, and that's just strange. So this doesn't really look very good when it's shown like this, to be perfectly honest. It does not show up very well. So we're just going to go and zoom out here. So $1.47, November 2023, and it goes up and goes up. Now here at this stage, $4.85. This is when like Solana was topping, everything was going crazy, and then we've come on down. But even from here to here, if you factor in like Sol's down 50%, ETH is down, I don't know, 20%, and Bitcoin's down a considerable amount, it is pretty cool. One thing you can do is, if you have some JLP, is you can do a safer amount of leverage, in my opinion, at Camino by multiplying it. I never say, hey, go and multiply it and get some more Dupe Sol, because this goes negative sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it does. If Sol's too big, then it goes negative. It was negative. You're losing money the last couple of days, and now I guess it's in profit. But you can come here in JLP. You can borrow against USDC or USDT or whatever, and you can boost this up by multiplying it, and that gives you more gains. Now you can go all the way up here, and I'm pretty sure that you don't even get liquidated very often at this point. But I don't think that's like a smart idea. I've done a video on it if you want to check it out. So yeah, I still like JLP. To be perfectly honest, I didn't take profits at the top, and I'm kind of just watching my money at present. Cool. Well, that's everything. One last thing I've just seen here. Sorry, 1 second. Excuse me. Okay. So Pi is doing great. So this is very, very true. And one of my friends today who's not crypto savvy, she got a call from her friend who's not crypto savvy, and they started downloading this Pi app. Where is Pi? Pi coin? I mean, we've got to see Pi, like, it's been talked about for sure. It's a token that is Pi coin cash. What is the official Pi coin? Mine Pi. Go to the X, Pi coin, Mine Pi. Anyway, it's an app here which you can now sell. You weren't able to sell it for quite some time. My only thing here is if you're going to download this and put it onto your phone, use a different phone. I think it's going to data mine, maybe even a different network. You have to tap it every day in order to keep mining money. And this has got this crazy valuation, and I don't actually know. Like, maybe I have to type in MinePi. I don't know why I can't find it. But yeah, it's very, very crazy. Let's have a look at CoinMarketCap. But it's more, maybe I'm more mentioning it because it's normie. Like, normies are going to do it, and they're probably going to buy it. It's got this crazy market cap. There are people that say that this is going to go to $100,000 because people don't understand this kind of stuff. And I'm pretty sure I saw someone mention it earlier today that his barber was talking about. My barber's been shilling it to me the last few times I went for a haircut. I have 100 Pi. If BTC is worth 100K, why wouldn't one Pi be worth at least a few $100? This doesn't make any sense to anybody other than a new person that hasn't gone through years of actually understanding how this stuff works. So my point is, you may want to do this, or you may want to buy a small bag to take profits later on. You'll be dumping on. It's up 60% in the past day is the latest comment here. Yeah, but I mean, you'd have to pull it up on TradingView to see, like, there's probably not enough data to work out how it is. Like, who's going to buy it though? Like, I think people are buying this up in order to dump it down. Like, institutions are milking this. It's like XRP. Anyway, that's all. If you have further questions, I'll be back tomorrow and we can get amongst it then. Thanks very much for watching and tuning in and learning. Cheers.
Whoa.